Good evening everyone, happy Friday and welcome to Hedge Racing as we are in Hungary for the Hungarian Grand Prix. I said Hungary a few times there, didn't I? Welcome to Hungary and welcome to the next chapter in the Hedge Racing F1 League. As you're aware, I'm normally with Limmy, the main commentator, but he's not very well. So get well soon, Limmy. Hopefully back on the stream tomorrow for the French Grand Prix, but maybe not, so it might be me again on my own, but obviously we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So I'm on my own tonight. It's my first solo commentary in a competitive race, so do bear with me, but thank you as always for tuning in on the stream and showing your support. I do really appreciate it. We are in Hungary, as I've said. Should be in for another exciting weekend. Hungary's known for being the Monaco without the buildings, according to a lot of specialists. So we will see. Obviously not really had much practice on Hungary either, as you're aware. Tonight was meant to be Canada, but obviously, if you don't know already, there was a few issues with Canada. A glitch that was basically an invisible wall, and it caused a lot of trouble in the practice races, so we felt we didn't want to risk it in the official race, if that makes sense. So we decided to change it, put a poll out, and the majority went for Hungary. So we included Hungary in the calendar for this evening. We've got 16 on track with another 2 that haven't made qualifying but will make the race. Everyone but Lewis Wyatt, who couldn't make it tonight, and Top Dog, who also couldn't make it, are on track for another excellent turnout, which is obviously amazing to see. So thank you again to all the drivers. 35 laps tonight, should be an incredible race, and I've had a little birdie tell me that we've got light rain for the full race. Which will make things even more sweet as I commentate. It's a bit more if you're on the track, but in terms of commentary, it makes things a little bit more sweet, and I'm looking forward to the experience. Quick run through quali so far. Maxi Lucas, the new driver, his first official race. A very well-known F1 driver. A lot of you may have heard of him before. He's joined us and he's in the Williams alongside J. Luke. A very dangerous partnership indeed. J. Luke don't only race on a Friday, but due to us starting a little bit later tonight, he's managed to make the race. Not the qualifying, but he has made the race. So Williams got a really deadly partnership. Well on show, that is for sure. Chris Panda second at the moment with a 118 dead. Mike closely following with a 118 Ford. A couple of people retired as well, and the main 2 you may see on your screen there, Jelly in the Red Bull and Hobbsy in the McLaren, the top 2 in the standings this season, have both retired in qualifying. So I know there was a bit of an incident. Obviously I've not seen it myself. I'm sure that it'll get clipped or whatever, and we'll see it a bit later on, but a really interesting qualifying. Arav was disqualified as well, so as far as I'm aware, that's 3 of the top 4, bar Chris Panda, out of the session with no times in qualifying. So a very interesting opening sort of qualifying in Singapore. You see Mike on turn 5, that is one of the most deadliest turns in F1. You saw to the right hand side of his Red Bull, then you saw the curb sort of sticks up, as known to take a lot of cars. The curbs in Hungary are very, very high, especially on turn 5, and can cause a lot of trouble. So definitely something to look out for in the race. I appreciate it. 12 watching. We've got Chris Panda said, have a great stream on your own, pal. I do appreciate it, mate. Good luck in the race. And Fabi Venom says, are you doing any trials for Birmingham, mate? I will DM you with regards to VFL, but I'm not going to talk about VFL during an F1 commentary, of course. If you are watching, mate, get well soon. Hopefully you can give me a few tips. No pressure tonight on my own, but I am looking forward to the challenge. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. In real life, Max Verstappen holds the lap record in Hungary, a 1:17.1, which has already been beaten by 2 drivers. By 1 driver. Max with a 1:16.5 has absolutely smashed Max Verstappen's time. I'm sure Claire Williams will be over the moon with the new Williams driver. But it's a 2.4 mile circuit. With 35 laps in the rain, I'm sure we will be in for a bit of a treat in Hungary. You may have seen on my Twitter earlier, and if you don't follow my Twitter, it's Hedghog11. Have a quick look on it. I did a little bit of a Hungary diagram to help me out a bit. It's not the greatest drawing in the world. I'm no artist by any means, but it does help me out a little bit. So hopefully tonight we can manage without Limmy. I'm sure we don't need Limmy. I'm sure I can look after myself, but we'll give it a go into the last 6 minutes of qualifying. Let's have a quick run through the the current standings so far this season. Give me 2 minutes while I get my documents organised, shall we say. Thank you to all 11 of you in the stream, I do appreciate it. If you can hit the like button, that'd mean the world as well. Current standings this season, Jelly in the Red Bull, 171 points, leading so far, but with no time in qualifying. Got Hobbsy in P2, the McLaren driver, 133 points so far this season. Chris Panda, he's got 3 podiums in a row, and he's absolutely cruising. He's third with 98 points, followed closely by Arav in the Racing Point, 88 points for him. His teammate Favi on 85 points, just 3 points separating the Racing Points. As Nate Smithy goes wide and hits into the wall on turn 4. And unfortunately for him, that's had wing damage, and that could be his qualifying over. Back to the standings, J-Luke is 6th. Considering he's only done 3 or 4 races, J-Luke, to be in P6 with 67 points, it's pretty outstanding. Ryan Mills, Mr. Consistent as I like to call him, he's 7th, 62 points. Definitely a surprise package so far this season. Keep it up, Millsy. Mike Whitty with 53 points. Jelly's teammate in the Red Bull, Chimp with 47. And to complete the top 10 is Jacko. Outside the top 10 we've got AEK, James, Top Dog, J Wills, Smithy, Luke. Is Luke racing tonight? He is, I do believe so. Yes, he is. Lewis, who's not here tonight, and Jacob Rice. Good luck to all drivers tonight, hopefully. If you ain't got many points, keep your heads up, and hopefully the points will come over time. There's still plenty of races to go this season. We're only at race 10 of 15. They've still got 5 more after tonight, and there's still plenty of drama to be had on track, that is for sure. Obviously, tomorrow we're at the Paul Ricard, the French Grand Prix, followed by Brazil and Bahrain next week, and ended off what should be a magnificent weekend in Britain, and then finishing off like they do in real life in Abu Dhabi. The constructor standings so far see Red Bull top with 224 points, quite comfortable lead. The closest to the Red Bulls are the Racing Points, 173. Favi and I have done a really good season so far. Renault, a bang on 100 points. Really good effort from Millsy and Chris, but I'm sure they'll want more than that. They want to chase the Racing Points in P2. McLaren are 4th, mainly carried by Hobbsy. Jay Walls is in the McLaren now, and hopefully will start to chip in with some points and help out Hobbsy a little bit. And to complete the top 5 is the Williams. All 67 points, as far as I'm aware, have come from J. Luke. But now he's got a very, very capable teammate in Maxi, who at the moment is getting the point for the fastest qualifying time by some distance, while a second quicker than Chris Panda, who's on a fast lap now, looking to get a little bit closer and close the gap to the Williams. Toro Rosso in 6th, that's a team of Chimp and Top Dog. Haas in 7th with 24 points, that's AEK and James, who have improved over time and looking to get some points tonight, I am sure. Alfa Romeo in P8, Ferrari and Mercedes P9 and 10, both on 10 points each respectively. Can somebody just let me know in the chat if all the audio's okay and if the stream's okay? I would appreciate that. Just make sure that we're all up and running. It would mean a lot to me if you can just let me know in the chat. Previous race results from last weekend, if you did watch the stream, Jelly won Italy last Friday by the skin of his teeth, followed closely by the man who you're watching on screen now, Chris Panda. He was extremely close to a P1 last week, sorry, Chris Panda. But Jelly did hold on as Mike Whitty gets in above Chris Panda by, look at that, by barely no time, and what a result that is for the Red Bull. If he can hold out, he'll be buzzing with that, will Mike. And obviously Favi did end the top 3. Sorry, did end with a top 3 in Italy last weekend. And then Singapore last Saturday was an eventful race, a lot of drama. J. Luke, Chris and Mike was the top 3 respectively. Here's a little fact for you fact fans, I only like a fact on the F1 stream. Hobbsy has not had a podium in his last 2 races, so pressure tonight, Hobbsy. We'll get back on that podium, mate. And Jelly has retired tonight. The leader so far this season on 171 points. Has won 5 of the 9 races prior to this evening. A couple of facts for you there, for you to chew on before we go. Good to see that the stream's looking good. Thank you to everybody in the comments for your support as always. Do appreciate it. Have a quick breather, a quick drink, and get prepared for what should be 35 laps of chaos, especially with the light rain playing a factor as well. I cannot wait. Looking forward to it. I'll be back in the next minute or so to close off qualifying. Thanks again. I'm back. I told you I wouldn't be long. let's have a look at the latter stages of qualifying. As Jay Smithy moves up to 4th, he will be over the moon with that. He had a really good race in the Canada practice. I think he was a bit disappointed that Canada. Sorry, had a cold drink, so not the clearest communication from me there. I'll start again. Jay Smithy was a bit disappointed that the Canadian Grand Prix got taken off because he had an absolute stormer in the practice last week. Earlier this week, and he'll be over the moon. Oh, it was a P4, now down to a P5 as Favi gets the P4. But Jay Smithy, I'm sure, will be delighted with that, looking to get a really good finish tonight and sort of kick his season off. He said earlier in the party when I was speaking to him that he's not happy, but he's got better over time, as with pretty much all the drivers, and I'm sure with 18 on the grid tonight, we'll be in for a superb race with no shortage in drama, that is for sure. What is an F1 race without drama? And I cannot wait. Do bear with me tonight, because it's my first commentary on my own. It's not going to be smooth and fluent. There will be mistakes. It's going to happen. Do bear with me. I'll do my absolute best to bring you the best commentary possible. Any feedback, please give it me. Even if it's negative feedback and you say I'm crap, go for it. I do appreciate it. It's all constructive and it all helps me out. We are into the last bit of qualifying now. Qualifying is practically over. And your standings should pretty much stay as they are now, bar a last push from Favi here. Although he does look fairly slower than what he was, and I think he's heading back into the pit. So the qualifying now, I mean, look at Max's time. It's quite staggering, a 16.1. And bar anything amazing now, Hedghog, he does win qualifying. Says a point in his first competitive race. Congratulations to Max in the Williams. He gets an extra point, his first point of the season, for fastest qualifying time. Well done, Max. I'm sure Claire will be over the moon with you in the Williams department. They don't get many good finishes to the Williams, but they've got one heck of a team in hedge racing, that is for sure. Running through the qualifying for you, Max Lucas first, Mike second, Chris followed very closely behind him third, Favi, Smithy, Luke, Jacko, Wills, Ryan Mills, good rhyme, and Chimp complete the top 10. Back of the grid, Jelly, Hobbsy, James Arav, and of course J. Luke and Greg, who didn't make qualifying, but they should complete the top 18. Best of luck to all drivers. I'm over the moon to be commentating again tonight, especially in a track as iconic as the Hungaroring, one of the most iconic circuits in Formula 1. Introduced in 1986 and holds 70,000 people. There's more facts for you. I'm bringing you facts for fun tonight. When does Limmy ever do this? Facts for days. So, an absolute pleasure to be commentating tonight. Look at that rain. There we go. There we see it. And that will be interesting. Wow, a full race on light rain. We haven't had that all season. Obviously, we did only introduce dynamic weather quite recently. So to get a full light rain race is, well, pretty unique, that is for sure. And no pressure on me, but I am delighted. Again, a big thank you to all 18 of you that are racing tonight, because without you lot, this wouldn't be possible. So I do massively appreciate it, and I'll wish you all the best of luck. If I could wish you all points, I would, but obviously it's not possible. At least 8 of you are getting absolutely nothing tonight. It's harsh, but it's true. Let's get set up as we enter the formation lap of this 2.4 mile circuit. Car's getting prepared. Last opportunity to get underway, and there's already a bit of a blockage at the back where everyone from Jacob downwards doesn't seem to have moved. Must be staying put. We only have got 17 actually. It doesn't appear that Greg's made it, which is a bit of a shame. I'm not sure whether Greg's backed out or just not got in, but disappointing that Greg's not made it. Bit of a shame, like you say, but we have still got 17. A Williams at the front and a Williams at the back. It's like a massive sandwich between the Williams. One in P1 and one in P17. Look how many people are on the grid that haven't even got a hot lap in. A hot lap? A hot lap? A formation lap. Quick sip of the water as the drivers bring it round into Sector 2 before we get underway with what should be an incredible and eventful Hungarian Grand Prix. Now, I will do my absolute best to bring you up to speed. Let's go. Whew, no pressure. I'm looking forward to it. Let's get all my detail all ready. What do I need? Okay, that should be good for now. Pardon me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Drivers begin to go around sector 3 into the last corner, corner 13 and 14. It's going around turn 13 now, a really sharp sort of U-bend if you like, bringing you towards the finish, where the entry of the pit lane is. You can see on the right of Max now the entry to the pit lane, and obviously the last corner is turn 14, which you can see now is led by Max. As we prepare, all the drivers, all 17, line up. It's a 618 metre distance to turn 1. From the grid, so quite a fair distance, a fairly long straight, and turn 1 can be chaotic, that is for sure. All the drivers line up, and we are ready to kick off 35 laps of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Let's do this. Good luck to all drivers. The lights turn red. And it's lights out, and away we go. Obviously a bit of a disappointing start for most drivers with it being the rain, not as quick as usual, but Mike Whitty has a superb start and pulls into P1. Chris Panda has a great start as well, and Maxi Lucas is down to P3, and it's Chris Panda who leads the Hungarian Grand Prix going to sum up. Look at that from Mike Whitty, he's overtaken Chris Panda and he's into P1. A superb start from Mike in the Red Bull, followed closely by Chris. Max is down 2. And a real battle early doors. Everyone seems to have gone away fairly well. Ryan Mills is down 7 in the Red Bull, but it's Mike Whitty that has flown out of the blocks in the Red Bull, and he leads going into the first lap of the Hungarian Grand Prix. And here he's now on that deadly turn 5. Let's get on board with Mike. And he takes the turn 5 well, very well, staying away from that curb, as you can see. Max is right on his tail. It's a real battle between the two of them early. He's got a yellow flag, and it's the Ferrari of Jacob Bryce who's come off fairly early. You won't be impressed with that, will Jacob? He's got work to do already, and it's not what you want in conditions like this on intermediate tyres. Max goes for the overtake on Mike and gets it. A superb battle from the two runaway leaders earlier, and Chris Panda will be happy with P3. Jack up 3 into P4. Luke also up 1 as well. Smithy's down 1, Jables up 1, a Hobbsy up 6. Eventful start, but what a start for Mike. He got away well, but Max has regained that P1 after a going down to P3. Chris and Mike had a great start, but Max has got it back now, and it's about taking your time with this weather. It's not the most easiest conditions to race, and you can't go full throttle all the way around the track in conditions like this, but it is Max who leads, and the top 3 remains as it was. Max, Mike and Chris in the top 3 respectively. Jacko up 3, he'll be over the moon. J-Luke up 8 and Hobbsy up 6. Jelly in the pits very early on, I missed that. Not the most ideal pit stop for Jelly. He's replacing his wing, as is Jacob Bryce. Well, it's a new wing and a fresh set of inters for Jelly after lap 1 of the Hungaro Ring. So pit stops to Jelly and Jacob Bryce, as I've already mentioned, and what a start in this race. A superb start, but it's Max leading the pack, followed closely by Mike, followed closely by Panda, and followed very closely by Jacko. As Chris Panda takes the wide, and they're into that deadly turn 5 again. Let's get on board with the race leader for now, Maxi Lucas, who goes into that chicane of turn 6 and having a yellow flag, and it's a racing point of Favi. Is it Favi? It's Favi Fenham, and it's the left end plate of Favi that's come straight off. He's down 9, a real disappointing start for the Racing Points, who need a good race tonight if they're to keep up with the runaway Red Bulls at the top of the grid. Let's get on board again with Maxi Lucas as we try and keep up speed. Ryan Mills has had a session. Is it a connection issue for Millsy? I hope not, but it looks to be, and he will be an AI driver, which is a real shame for Millsy in Hungary. He'll be good. Does he have damage? He doesn't have a left end plate damage, Millsy. Whether he's got fed up and left, I'm really not sure. But a nightmare start to the Hungaroring for the Red Bull. Jacob Bryce is miles behind and got work to do. Here's Maxi Lucas onto the straight into lap 3. And no wet up yet. A superb start for the Hungarian Grand Prix. He's got a bit of a lead as Maxi so far. Both Mercedes drivers, J-Luke, sorry, no, it's not Mercedes drivers, I do apologise, J-Luke and obviously Luke in the Mercedes. It is very, wait, it is Mercedes. Oh, there we go. So J-Luke has been put inside the Mercedes, and he's been hit. He's gone into the back of Luke, and J-Luke's got damage there. I got it on the stream, and it's the left end plate of J-Luke, who is in the Mercedes, will normally be in a Williams, but of course joined late So he is in the Mercedes. Let's try and remember, because I didn't even realise. So normally a Williams, but instead he's a Mercedes tonight. And there's a collision there as well, and it's Jay Smithy, and Luke's gone wide as well. Smithy goes with into turn 5, and a real battle here between the Mercedes and the Ferrari. I believe both have damage, and Smithy gets away, but does have quite considerable damage. Just the right end plate of Smithy, and a real battle here between the Mercedes of J. Luke and the Ferrari of Smithy. And obviously J. Luke's confusing me, because he's normally in a Williams. So bear with me, he is a Williams driver, but obviously because he joined late, it put him in a random car, and he's in the Mercedes. So we'll have to bear that in mind. We've got J. Luke and Luke in the Mercedes, so quite confusing, but he's up 11. Smithy goes wide. He has got a bit of damage, as mentioned. Let's get back to the front of the pack and get on board with the runaway leader so far, Max. He's got a 4.8 second lead to Mike, and he's setting fast laps for fun. A real comfortable start from him as he gets into turn 1. And he'll be over the moon. Well, Max, 4 laps in to the session. It's turn 1. Is very comfortable from him. As you'd expect, got a nice lead. A real battle here again, and it's Smithy and J. Luke. Smithy right on the tail of J. Luke, and they'll go for the overtake. May get a bit of slipstream there, and goes for the inside line, and obviously with wing damage he struggles a little bit, Smithy, but does get the position, and he's into P5. Jack up by 3 as well, as Maxi Lucas is absolutely cruising so far. Heads into turn 5, and again a comfortable, trying to stay away from that curb as possible. Even if you touch that curb a little bit, it can cost you, mark my words. Turn 6 followed very closely by a turn 7 there, quite a narrow chicane which can cause fault as well from Max, but he's comfortable and he's leading quite comfortably, 6.5 seconds to Mike in the Red Bull. So a real comfortable start, and the top 3's not changed, like you say, Max. Mike and Chris Panda were battling quite early doors. Yellow flag, and I believe is it Haas driver? Just quickly, I'll try and bring it up to speed. It is AEK, I believe, and it's quite considerable damage. Is it left end plate, I believe? Let's have a quick look. Actually, no damage from AEK. He must have just taken it wide, and luckily for him, didn't pick up any damage. But quite a comfortable start, 4 laps in. Heading on to lap 5 now, again on board with Max. And so far, other than Mills's disconnection, we have not lost anybody, which is good to see, especially in the light rain conditions. There's a bit of a battle going on here again. I believe it's between Hobbsy looking for the overtake on Jay Smithy. Smithy has got damage, as we've mentioned, which is going to cost him. And of course, strategies will be interesting here, because with it raining, you ain't going to be changing tyres. You ain't going to be putting softs on, or mediums, or hards, or wets. It's going to be an intermediate throughout the full race. So it's going to be really interesting here. If you get damage, you don't really want to get damage, because you can go pretty much the full length. So any damage, you've already seen Jelly, and I think it was Jacob who pitted. Not ideal for the two of them, but we know the pace that Jelly can set, so it won't affect him too much. Like I say, I'm sure he'll be alright, but a real battle on track. And at the moment, everyone seems comfortable. Jelly's just got the overtake on James, I believe. Jelly got work to do, but he's looking to try and climb the ladder, as Maxi now has an 8-second lead. Oh my, but it's all about keeping your focus. You know, you can lead a race and then go off. We're in rain as well. Things can go wrong. You can be leading comfortably, and it can go out the window. So it's all about keeping your concentration, keeping your head, keeping your focus, and you know, seeing it out. And of course, safety car comes out, everyone's back together. You know, this 8-second lead that Max has got will be gone. So keep your head and you know, keep racing. J-Luke could be over the moon, up 12 already. J-Luke, and now looking for the overtake on Jacko as well, and I'm sure he'll go for it on the straight heading on for lap 7. This race is absolutely flying by already. And luckily, nice to see that everyone's still going again. A bit disappointing from Mills' perspective to go out so early on, but nothing he can do about the connection if it is his connection. All 17 drivers technically still on track, and we haven't had a VSC yet, which is quite surprising, but not a bad thing to see at all. Just get a quick drink, because I've not stood up for the past 7 laps. And there's the yellow flag now, as I say it, and it looks like a racing point, and it's Favi. Is it Favi? It was Arav, actually. I do apologise. It's trying to keep up to date. You know, Chimp's an AI driver. Just pick that up then as well. He's not anymore. Not sure what happened there with Chimp. As Arav, has he got damage? And quite a few drivers. Let's double check on Arav's perspective as he comes round the bend. does not have damage actually. Chimp went really wide and went onto the grass, and he's down to P11 again. And he's struggling, Chimp, in the rain. The Toro Rosso driver. That is everybody, because at the end of the day it is bad weather, and you know, with it being the rain, a lot of these drivers aren't used to it. We've had normal weather, clear weather should I say, throughout the whole season. So to have a bit of dynamic weather and a bit of rain into the mix can be tricky, especially if you're not used to it. And we're not really used to this track. Like I say, we've not had much practice on this track due to it being a last-minute addition to the calendar. So all these factors come into play. The yellow flag, and I believe it's a McLaren of J. Wills. Was it, or was it Hobbsy? It was both next to each other. Hobbsy's got a left end plate damage, so it may well have been Hobbsy. It was both next to each other, so it was kind of hard to understand which McLaren has picked up the damage. I believe it was Hobbsy, and he has got left end plate damage, as you can see on the McLaren, and he's one of quite a few that have picked up damage very early on. Which again can play a factor. You don't really want to pit due to the compound that you're using. Obviously, all drivers will be on inters. So Hobbsy's one of quite a few that we've seen that have picked up damage. So a quick run through all the drivers and make sure that everyone's doing okay and that there's no incidents. There's quite a bit of space on track at the moment. There's a bit of a battle here between James and Favi. James in the Haas, Favi in the Racing Point. Racing Points need points. Obviously battling with Red Bull Constructors. A good finish for the Red Bulls tonight could wrap up the Constructors pretty much. And with Favi in 14th and Arav in 10th, not the greatest effort from the Racing Point so far. But to be fair, quite. If you look at to the right hand side of the screen, you can see on the map, it's quite an open race. No one's really near each other. It's opened up fairly comfortably, fairly wide after just 7 laps. Whether that's to do with the weather, I'm not 100% certain. But as you can see, no one's really battling. It's quite an open playing field at the moment. Let's get a drink. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'm surprised no one's gone on that corner yet, but I do think it's only a matter of time until we see a bit of drama. But fair play to everybody. They're still going strong and they're still battling, and that's what you love to see. Quick position update for you. Max, obviously with a 13-second lead, his lead is not getting cut down. He's absolutely cruising in the Williams, and he's got a point to prove. Everyone knew how dangerous Max was, and he's certainly proving it this evening in the Williams. He is flying. Mike second. He started second and remains second. A comfortable start from him. Chris Panda in third, looking to make it 4 podiums on the spin. J-Luke is hunting him though, as he went wide there. J-Luke after turn 1. Sorry, after turn 2 should I say. He's up 13, a quite staggering start, and the Williams drivers are both absolutely cruising at the moment. Jack up 2, he'll be over the moon with that, followed closely by Smithy, who's still carrying that right end plate damage, I believe. Luke down 1, Hobbsy up 6, but is carrying damage as well. Will's down 1, and the 2 McLarens 8th and 9th respectively. Arav into 10th, he's up 6, Jelly up 2, he's on a mission, Jelly, and he has pitted as well, not forget Jelly. He's on a mission to get back up that grid and get some more points. The leader so far this season knows, and I've told him today, if he has a good weekend this weekend, he could practically have the Drivers' Championship wrapped up, depending on other drivers. He is close. Jelly's had a superb season, winning 5 out of 9 races, as I mentioned earlier, and he'll be over the moon if he can get a good couple of finishes under his belt this weekend, and edge closer going into Brazil and Bahrain next weekend, which I know are two of his favourite tracks. So looking good for Jelly, but he's got work to do tonight. He's up 2, he has pitted, and he's in P11. Chimp down 2, he's 12. Has he got damage? The Toro Rosso, I don't believe he has. No, he has not. AEK 13th, Favi 14th. A bit of a nightmare, Favi, early on. Is he still carrying damage? I do believe he is. Oh, he's not. He may have pitted. Ryan Mills 15th. He's an AI driver, which is a massive shame for Millsy after such a consistent season so far. James is 16th, and Jacob, back of the pack, is 17th. But he's got work to do. But he's still in the race, and that is the most important thing. As is everybody, which again is great to see. Bit of a battle going on here. J-Luke, sorry, not J-Luke, we've got Luke and J-Luke. Bear with me. Luke, the new driver, did his first race in Singapore last weekend. He's right on the tail of Hobbsy. There's a bit of an overtake there as well as Jelly gets the overtake an hour. A bit of a battle going on here between 2 drivers that have been up there all season. Not just individually, but in a team as well. Red Bull and Racing Points both lead the Constructors so far this season. So definitely an interesting battle to be had there between the two. I do apologise if I'm lacking a bit in terms of the commentary. It is quite difficult talking on your own consistently for such a long period of time, and it's the first time I've done it on my own, so I do apologise if it's not the most exhilarating commentary. We've got a yellow flag, and it's a Ferrari. Is it Jacob Bryce? It is Jacob Bryce. He needs to be overtaken by Chris Panda and Jay Luke. He's going into the wall, Jacob Bryce. He's already a lap behind, I do believe. And he's struggling, the Ferrari. I do believe pit damage, yeah, is the right end plate. No, it is not actually. He looks okay, but he's struggling, Jacob Bryce. And I do believe he's already a lap behind. As you can see there, Jay Luke, he span again. And he's struggling. But fair play to him for keeping it up and doing his absolute best. I do love that. Love to see it when you're not at your best. Touches the curb there as well, but he's turning up every week and he's doing his best, and you've got to love to see it. So fair play to you, Jacob. A lot of credit to you, mate. I do appreciate you turning up every week and doing your best. Because a lot of drivers wouldn't. A lot of drivers would give up after one bad result. Would give up. So it's good to see. So fair play to you, mate. And I hope eventually, you get some points going your way because you deserve it. Jelly is hunting J Wills. He's up 3 Jelly now. He's just overtaken Arav, as we've already mentioned, and he knows Jelly that he's quick. He's a quick racer. He's top of the pack. You don't win 5 out of 9 races for nothing. And he goes for the overtake on J Wills. He won't go for it just yet, but it's only a matter of time until Jelly will push that overtake. And J Wills goes wide, and it's Jelly's going to be sniffing for that overtake. Max gets a 1:31.2, which is the fastest lap. A yellow flag again. It's a 2 Ferraris, and it may be Jacob Price. Will have a look at that in a moment. Jelly trying to get the overtake on Wills, but Wills trying to cover his ground. Hungary is not the easiest track for overtake. Jelly might go for the inside of J Wills here and does get the overtake. And it's a P9 for Jelly. He's on the hunt, and next on his agenda will be Luke in the Mercedes. So Jelly on a mission. Back to the front, and look at that. Max now has a 20-second lead. Quite astonishing, to be honest. He's not messing about, and what people like Mike and Chris now need is a safety car, just to sort of bring them within distance of Max, because at the moment there's no sign of any let up from him. Mike and Chris will be happy, like you say, they started second and third, and they're still second and third, and you see Chris already lapping James, who's 16th. So I was just reading the chat, see if anything came up. Nothing seems to have been reported just yet. Yellow flag, and it's Jacob Bryce, and we knew eventually it would happen. He was struggling. He's off the track, and they shouldn't be safety car. There's a VSC, 11 laps in, and we have our first VSC, our first incident, if you like, of the evening, and we're down to 16. And unfortunately for Jacob Bryce, his evening is over. Real disappointment for him. You can see if you got Bob Vara down there, he's straight into the wall on turn 3. And unfortunately for Jacob, not his night. Sorry, turn 2, that was, not turn 3, I do apologise, still learning my turns and my corners, so bear with me on that. The VSC. But again, there's not much happening, it's been Max Lucas just going to the pits. What I would believe is a fresh set of enters, there you go. Straight in and straight out for Max, no damage, no issues caused at all. And he's straightening out, we're down to 16, but it's only a VSC. I do believe Arrow gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That is disappointing for the Racing Point driver and could cost him, especially in these conditions. One thing you don't want is a penalty, and that's what Arav has got. Sorry if you can hear me drinking on stream, I do apologise, but my mouth is getting very dry. It is difficult to commentate on your own. I have learnt that tonight, so I'm doing my absolute best. I apologise again if it's a bit dull, a bit dry. Just topping myself up with some water, because it is quite difficult to keep talking for 35 laps. I'm only done 12, so I best keep going. Nowhere near halfway through yet, and hopefully some more drama to come. But to be fair, I will admit, after 12 laps to only lose one driver is pretty impressive in the rain, so fair play to everyone. GG's in the chat, that's what I will say, fair play. Chris Panda lurking behind Mike, only 1.6 between the two of them now. Chris Panda won that overtake, he won that P2, Chris Panda, especially with Mills disconnecting tonight. The Reynolds are in a good position there, bang on 100 points this season in terms of the constructor, and he'll want that overtake, Chris Panda, to make it 4 podiums in a row. But Jay Luke is close behind him. He's only .3. We've got a real battle here. A yellow flag, and it's Jay Wills with a collision with... Oh, it's a mess. And he's straight in the middle of the track. That should be a safety car. I mean, how is that? It is a safety car. I was going to say it had to be. He's right in the middle of the track. He's Jay Wills there. He's had an absolute nightmare. The McLaren driver, I believe, it looked like... Yeah, it's Arav. He's got no wing, Arav. And he's a mess. And Luke's got a drive-through penalty. Why, Luke? Why? Why do it to yourself, my son? And we've got a safety car on lap 13. Finally a bit of drama and something to tuck into. There's no wing on the racing part of RV. He's struggling. And Jay Wills has gone straight into the middle of the track. There was no doubt in my mind there would be a safety car there. There is a safety car. We're down to 15. And we have our first safety car of the Hungarian Grand Prix. And that, ladies and gentlemen, means that Maxi Lucas' outstanding lead has gone. It's for nothing. He's got to do it again. So Mike, Chris, Jay Luke, the rest of the pack will be right behind him. And with a bit of lift off, we have some light. We have something to get to go. Look at RV, he's struggling. He's all over the gaff in that racing part. Has he been drink driving? It looks like it. He's a mess. He's an absolute mess, bless him. And he's in the pits. No doubt in my mind that was a safety car. Jay Wills was blocking the track. We have a bit of drama. We have a safety car. An opportunity for people to catch Maxi Lucas because he was flying at the front of the grid. It gives me a chance to have a bit of a breather as well. Because it's been a pretty exhilarating 13 laps and I've not shut up at all. So it gives me a minute to top myself up with some water and go again. Thank you to all 15 of you in the stream. I hope you're enjoying it. I do appreciate the support as always. I hope the commentary is not too dull for you. I am doing my best. Come on to lap 40 and the pit lane, but normally averages around about 20 seconds in the pits in Hungary. So Mike should drop a little bit. Let's have a quick check on who's pitted and who hasn't. Bear with me 2 seconds while I put my water away. And have a quick check on who's pitted and who hasn't. So there you go, there's everybody who's pitted. The only people not to pit are AEK and the AI of Ryan Mills. Other than that, everyone stopped at least once, with Jelly stopping twice. He did stop very early on in lap 1, did Jelly, due to excuse me, due to damage. What a start, what a race, and we are down to 15. We have 40 laps until 21 laps to go. Is everybody being formed up? Everyone from Mike downwards still needs to form up. And I do believe, if you can see, I'll try my absolute best to show you, but I do believe there's a couple of cars in there that are AIs. Yeah, you can see there's the Ryan Mills, the AI driver, and James are both right in the thick of it, and they're a lap behind, which is obviously not ideal for the likes of Chris and yeah, everyone from Chris downwards really, because there's 2 AI, well not 2 AIs, obviously the AI of Ryan Mills and James who's a lap behind, are basically stuck because in normal circumstances, James and Mills would always take a safety car. But for one, Mills is an AI driver, so he's not going to do it. Mills is going really slow, he's not going to do it. And obviously James doesn't want to risk it. There's a bit of issues with overtaking a safety car sometimes. It can cause a couple problems. That could be an issue. That gives Max Lucas a little bit of breathing space because the 2 cars behind him aren't racing him. Lap 15 and the safety car is still out because there's still a considerable amount of the pack that haven't caught up. I had a message on my screen saying that the internet connection is not sufficient enough to broadcast, but the broadcast still looks okay. Hopefully it still sounds okay. So fingers crossed, touch wood, we have no issues. The internet connection shouldn't be playing up at all. So I do apologise if we are buffering a little bit or if the connection is not great. It's just one of them things. Hopefully it looks... Yeah, it's breaking up a little bit, which is a massive disappointment. I do apologise for that. It's really bad, I do apologise. I'm not sure why. There's no reason for it to play up, but it's just my luck that it plays up, and it looks like it is playing up. Yeah, it is. Lap 15, 20 laps to go, and the stream is playing up a little bit, which is just my luck. If it does cut out, I will restart it and make another one. Just don't go anywhere. I will send you the link to the new one, just as a precaution. But touch wood, it comes back. It looks okay for now. But again, sometimes when you stream, the connection can be a bit hit and miss, so I do apologise for that. Again, normally I would have Limmy here with me who streams as well. But again, I do appreciate you tuning in and staying with me, and hopefully the stream does pick itself. It looks okay. So touch wood, there shouldn't be any more issues. If it does cut out, I do apologise. I am doing my best. Anyway, so guys, in this lap, and we can get back to some racing. There's 2 cars that haven't caught up. I do believe that is Arav and Chimp. They need to get the foot down quickly. They want to catch up. And interesting here, because Max, like you say, has a bit of a comfortable lead due to the Haas and the Renault behind him that are not on the same lap. Let's get prepared as we continue. Max is pacing. There goes Max. He's messing about. He's going straight for it. He is flying, and he's gone. Max, and got to try and build up that lead again that he had previously in the race. You can see already. There's a problem. Chris Panda's stuck behind 2 cars. And that's the issue you've got straight away, and it's not ideal. Into turn 1, and Chris Panda, and again Mike, sorry, J Luke and the rest of them are stuck behind James, and James has slammed on and very nearly taken out J Luke, and he may have taken out somebody. There's a yellow flag, and did he hit anybody, or was it just James slowing down? I don't know, he nearly killed J Luke. Did James then, bless him? I don't think he meant to. I think he just wanted to let everyone go past, but J Luke nearly got killed in Hungary. Another yellow flag, and it's a Haas. It is James letting everyone drop to the back. There's also a Hobbs. He's got a penalty in Hungary as well. Not ideal for the McLaren. It is not going to plan for him. Look at his fussy, his Chimp. He's spun everywhere. He's on the teacups, the lad, and he's into the wall. It's it's not good. It is not good for Chimp, and Mills is into the back of him as well. The AI of Ryan Mills, and funny horse Chimp, like he was at the pleasure beach on the teacups. He was flying everywhere, and a yellow wing damage for Chimp. He will be fuming, I'm sure. And he's got work to do, Chimp, bless him. And the AI Ryan Mills, stop it off to hit him in the back as well. Don't know what happened again. Chimp, if something did happen, mate, please clip it and submit it. You know this. But it's very hard for me to keep up. And it's the Williams top 2 of Max and J Luke. Obviously, J Luke, as mentioned earlier, he's in the Mercedes tonight. That's only because he didn't pick his car in time. He should be in the Williams. Mike Third, Chris 4th. Let's get onto the tyres for you. Everyone obviously on Inters. Some fresher numbers, obviously. AK and Ryan Mills. Not pitted. Yellow flag again. And I believe it is Chimp. He may have given up, bless him. It looks like he has given up. A real shame for Chimp. And if he has given up, mate, just pause it and retire. Don't cause anything on track. It isn't worth it. It's a battle going on here between the likes of Chris Panda, Mike, and J Luke for that P2 position. Chris Panda goes wide, and Mike gets the P3. He's had a great race so far as the Red Bull, and he'll want to continue that and get that podium, especially with Jelly only down in P7. But to be fair to Jelly, he's doing well. He's pushing himself up, and Chimpy's still going. He's in the pits. Here's Chimp. We'll keep an eye on that a bit later on. There's a real battle here all over the track. The safety cars just brought everyone back into play, and Jelly goes to overtake on Jay Smithy. Will he get it on the inside? He gets pushed wide, does Jelly? And Smithy didn't really give him the room there. Not the greatest racing from the Friday. Another yellow flag, and it's a racing point. And it's Arav into a wall. It's a nightmare for Arav. And he's got damage again. And the racing points are slipping up again in Hungary. They had such an incredible start to the season. And it's going to pot as Arav leaves the session, and we are down to just 1 racing point. Oh dear. Oh dear me. Drama in Hungary. We're getting a bit of drama. Voice is picking up. This is what you want to see. Max again, fastest lap. He's cruising, and that lead is getting generated again. 5 seconds on Mike now. For him, J Luke is second. They're going for a Williams top 2. Claire Williams will be sat in the pit lane, and she will not believe what she's seeing. A Williams top 2 after 18 laps in Hungary. Wow. Claire Williams are going to faint. She will not believe what she is seeing. Mike is third. Chris Panda's fourth. Very consistent with the two, and they've been up there. So that Jacko's fifth. Smithy and Jelly back now again. Jelly wants that P6. He's right up the Ferrari. He will be able to smell what he had for dinner. Jay Smithy. And he'll want the Ferrari. Jay Smithy touches the curb, and again, it only takes a second to go. You touch that curb, and you could be gone. It's a deadly curb in Hungary. Mark my words. Jelly, sorry, goes into turn 4 and turn 5, and Smithy again. He's going wide, and don't touch that curb, Jelly. You know what it can do to you, my son. And there he goes after turn 5, comfortable now into the chicane of turn 6 and 7, and Jelly is still right behind the Ferrari. Smithy, Jacko just in front in your. In the distance gets a penalty. Didn't really see it. I was more focused on Jelly and Smithy, but a penalty for Jacko. And Jelly at the moment just can't get past the Ferrari of Smithy. But I'm sure eventually he will push it and he will want that overtake. Well, Jelly, he's on a mission. Here's the Red Bull. And again, he's stuck right behind Smithy. But Smithy's saying, you know what, mate? You're not having it. I want that P6, and it's a great bit of racing and a great bit of drama as well on the stream. The stream looks okay now. Seems to have picked up as well. It was a bit of a must have been a bit of a lag spike, so I do apologise. Max Lucas again, a 130.4. He is cruising in the Williams, and he has no let up whatsoever so far. Smithy hits the wall, does he? I think he does. Bit of a Bryce break there. Division, Smithy spun into the wall. Oh no! Oh no, Smithy, did Jelly hit him? He may well have done, I don't know. I couldn't really see from the angle I was looking, I do apologise, but Smithy's race isn't over by any means. He got a right end plate damage as Favi tries getting past him, but Smithy's down 3, which is such a shame. To be fair, he is recovered superbly. A yellow flag, and it is Chimp, and he is drunk, funny as Chimp. He's all over the gaff, as we've already mentioned. Bless him, and it's not his race tonight, that is for sure. But that was crazy. Did Smithy get damaged? He may have been hit by Jelly again. I'm sorry, I didn't have the greatest angle on it. But regardless of that, Jelly and Chris Panda gets a 3-second penalty as well. And with Mike, so Chris Panda, the 2 cars in front of him, both have penalties. So get your foot down. That is for sure. But what a race with a bit of drama on the track, and that's what you'll have to see. Another yellow flag, and it's the Haas. It's the Haas of AEK, I believe. It's not the Haas of AEK, it's the Haas of James. And he's got no damage, but he's just losing his back end. And it is such a tough circuit. And he's gone again as... Oh, he's a clear, his Chimp has gone! And what's happened there? Oh, no. I don't know what's happened there, but... Oh, no. I don't know what's happened there, but Chimp and Max have collided. Max still leads. But J-Luke is right behind him. It's the Williams top 2, and I don't know what's happened there. But it looked like Chimp and Max are collided. Chimp's retired from it. He's off the track in turn 1. And Max, I'm sure, will be very disappointed. I don't know if anything happened between them. I'm guessing it did, as they were both into the wall. Max didn't get damage. I'm sure we'll see it later on, and someone will probably clip it. But what it does mean now is that 0.5 seconds... He's split between the 2 Williams, Max and J-Luke. Mike 5 behind it is a Williams top 2 battle for the crown in the Hungarian. Chimp has put something in the chat. He put, enjoy France, lads. He is sulking. He spat his dummy out as the Chimp. And he will not be racing tomorrow by the looks of it. Not good from Chimp. And the dummy has been well and truly thrown out of the pram from Funny Horse Chimp. He has gone, and I hope and pray that for Max's sake and for the rest of the race's sake, he's not done anything stupid in turn 1, because he did hit, there was a collision, and again I didn't see it. I'm sure we'll find it later, but I hope and pray that he hasn't done anything, because that is not fair and we don't want to see it. And if he has done something, I'm not throwing any accusations out there, but if he has done something, there'll be severe punishment, mark my words. Anyway, back to the race, because I don't want to throw accusations out there, we'll find out later. Max is first, followed closely by his Williams teammate J-Luke. He's 8.9 behind. Mike Whitty is third, 6.6 behind, but Chris Panda is right on Mike's tail, and he'll want that P3, Chris Panda, to make it 4 podiums on the spin. He will want it, mark my words. Jacko is 5th. He's been consistent, Jacko, to be fair to him. I think he's been 5th for practically the full race. It's a fair play to Jacko if he can continue it, but Jelly will want it. Max gets a penalty, and that is costly at the moment, because as far as I'm aware, Jelly hasn't got a penalty. So as it stands, and just as it stands, because there is still 14 to 15 laps to go, J-Luke will win. And of course, that's not how F1 works. There's drama all over the show, and that will change. But as it stands, J-Luke will win the Hungarian Grand Prix. And Chris Panda is right on the tail of Mike Whitty. We've got a bit of an interesting battle on here. Look what's behind. Jacko, Jelly and Hobbsy. It's a three-way. Three-way battle. And that could get very, very saucy indeed. As Jelly in between, sandwiched between the two of them. And oh, Hobbsy goes wide and touches the grass, and he's lost ground as as the Hobbs. And Jelly again, he's smelly Mort Jacko for dinner and he'll want that overtakeable Jelly. Mark my words. How many times have I said Matt words tonight? I don't know. I'm losing my head. I'm on my own. Bear with me. I'm doing okay, I suppose. Breather. Let's get a quick drink. We'll keep an eye on Jelly here. He's right on the tail of Jacko. And we'll continue commentary in a second. Stream looks okay. Again, couple of buffers now and there. I do apologise for that, but again, it's out of my control, and I'm sure that it's not too bad. A big factor about tonight, of course, that DRS is not enabled due to the weather. I should have mentioned that earlier. I mentioned that 22 laps in, and that is massive. Look at Jelly around the tail of Jacko, by the way. But that is huge. It's a yellow flag, and it's a Renault. Is that Chris Panda? It's Chris Panda! It's the Panda! No! Chris, no! He had a podium in the bag! He was fighting with Mike for a podium and he's hitting to the wall. I believe it was turn 3, was it? It was turn 3 and Chris Panda is hitting to the wall. Has he got damage or has he saved it? He's got damage to the left end plate of Chris Panda and now Jacko and Jelly are right on his tail. Chris Panda's having a nightmare. Bless him, oh, Chris. And Mike, J-Luke and Max now have an incredible lead from the rest of the pack. Actually, it's not that incredible, I do apologise, but it's decent. And look at J-Luke and Max. Claire Williams will be biting her nails in the pit lane, let me tell you. But Chris Panda, the next victim to get damage in Hungary. And that will cost him, and with Jacko and Jelly and Hobbsy, it's now turned into a four-way. Right on his tail. Things are going to get spicy on lap 24, you do feel. Will Chris enter the pits, or will he try and brave it out? He will brave it out, Chris. Good on you. Oh, he'll go into the pits. The late decision from Chris. He enters the pits, and that's not ideal from Chris Panda. P4, very minimum. Look positive from Chris Panda. He's now down to, at the very least, P7. Jelly going for the overtake on the inside line of Jacko. Will he get it? Jacko want to try and hold it off, but Jelly don't want to go for the overtake in the Red Bull. And for now, Jacko holds on, but Jelly might have done the switch back on the inside line. But Jacko for now holds on. That race continues. There's Hobbsy coming out of nowhere. And you feel it's only a matter of time until there's a bit of drama between the three of them. Jacko, Jelly and Hobbsy racing tremendously. Massive credit to the three of them. And it is getting tasty in Hungary as the rain continues to absolutely batter the Hungaroring, that is for sure. What a race. Whew! Great race. I mean, this is fantastic. This is what you love to see. And Jelly got onto the curb and goes wide. He held it. He saved it. Hobbsy luckily didn't hit into him. Oh, there's a collision between Jelly and Hobbsy, and Hobbsy's gone wide. Oh my word, there's drama all over the gaff. I can't keep up with what's going on. Oh, I love it. Absolutely. This is what you want to see. Friday night, Hedge Racing League. This is the drama you want to see on your screen. And this is the great thing about live commentary. What you see on your screen is what is happening. This is not pre-recorded. This is not recorded after the race. This is live. This is what's so good about live racing. Whatever happens on your screen happens on track. It's a yellow flag. It's between. Is it the Mercedes? It may have, I think it was AEK or it was AEK letting J-Luke and Max overtake. They're in a real battle, and with 1.5 seconds between them, and as far as I'm aware, Max having a penalty and J-Luke not having a penalty. As it stands, if my calculations are correct, J-Luke will win the Grand Prix, but that is a right battle between the two Williams. Mike third, he's comfortable, he's 40 seconds behind 40 seconds behind the two in front of him, but a really good lead from Jelly. He just overtake Jack. I'm sure Jelly will be absolutely gutted that I missed that on stream. Probably get a bit of a lecture from Jelly later about why did you miss my overtake on Jack O'Kez. I do apologise, Jell, but you've got the overtake. You need to keep it now, my son, because as it stands, it's a Red Bull 3 and 4, which gives them an incredible opportunity in the Constructors. The closest two to the Red Bull in the Constructors are Favi and Arav in the racing points, but Arav's now an AI driver, and Favi's 8th. So this is an insane opportunity for the Red Bull to pretty much put the nail in the Constructors' Championship coffin. And pretty much seal the deal for Christy and Horner and the boys. Mills in between, he's an AI driver, so that Mills a real disappointing evening for him. We've already mentioned as Jacko gets the overtake on him. Jelly pulls away. Oh, come up for air, Kez, come up for air. 11 people in the stream, thank you again for your support. Means the world as always. Without you guys it wouldn't be possible. Thank you for tuning in and supporting me. I do appreciate it. I hope the commentary is decent. Again, I'm sure Limmy's here watching. I'm sure he'll have a few tips for me later on. I'm doing my absolute best. And for the first commentary round, I don't think it's been too bad. Again, I apologise if the stream has been buffering a little bit. I do apologise again. Out of my control completely. Hopefully it's quite good and not too bad. A real lot away as Mills lets, was it Hobbsy overtake? Smithy overtake, sorry. Smithy in 7th, that's a good finish for him so far. He's got 18 seconds on Favi. As Hobbsy now hunts down Jacko. The McLaren of Hobbsy not had a podium in his last two. There's a yellow flag here. It is the Haas, I believe, of AEK. And as you can see, Hobbsy still carrying that. Has he got damage? I don't... Has he got damage, Hobbsy? He did have damage early on, but whether he pitted on, I think he did pit. Yeah, no. Oh, it is the right end plate. Yeah, there you go. Hobbsy has got damage. And with Smithy behind him. And Smithy, has Smithy got damage? He has as well. Both with the right end plate missing. So Chris Panda's got a chance. Fresh in. There's no damage for Chris. Don't rule out the Panda just yet. He's not done in the Hungaroring. Here's Hobbsy going into that chicane of 6 and 7. Catilini has joined. He's here to spectate for the final 10 laps. I'm sure he can hear me on stream. He's here. I think he was doing his own race in his career mode, so he's here now to spectate for the last 10 and see what goes down. It's actually a pair of eyes for me as well, so that is great. Better late than never. Jacko goes wide, and Hobbsy might go for the inside line of the overtake. Will he get it? No, he won't. Jacko holds his ground for now, but Hobbsy might go into it. There's a collision between the two of them, I believe, and Hobbsy looks like he got it for now, but Jacko gets the switch back and regains the P5, heading to the U-turn, like at the U-bend of turn 13, of course, head on to the final corner, turn 14, before we head on to lap 26 for the two of them. And a real battle as Jay Smithy looks to get that. Hogsy goes wide, and Jay Smithy says, "Do you know what? I don't want a P7, I want a P5, and let's keep an eye on Jay Smithy at the moment, the Ferrari driver. Ferrari only 10 constructor points so far this season prior to tonight's race, and with Smithy in P7 that could be a huge night for the Ferraris. As J-Luke gets a penalty for multiple warnings, and that could play a part as the two Williams continue to battle. Just 2.2 seconds separate them in the top two. Mike, he's third, he's 19.8 behind. We've got an 8-second lead on Jelly, which I do believe is getting cut down. James gets penalties, well, he's towards the back of the grid, so shouldn't make too much of a difference, excuse me. As we keep an eye on Hobbsy. Oh, and Smithy, no, and that's turn 5. Smithy nearly got sucked into turn 5 then, but he did manage to regain a bit of traction, which is fortunate that Ferrari's in a great position, Smithy, so far. And with Jack having penalties as well, Smithy could be on for a bit better than a P7. Excuse me, 8 laps to go. With Jack goes one, and Hobbsy goes through and gets P5. It is superb, absolute textbook from the Husky Chocolate McLaren. He knew what he was doing there. He waited for Jacko to go wide, and he took his opportunity. And there's a racing point, and it's Favi on the softs. The rain has stopped, and Favi's going into a wall. What's he doing? Oh, and the racing points have gone. It is over. Wow. Speechless. And what? Oh, it's a safety car as well. I missed it. Cares, wake up, my son. As Ryan Hussey 500 puts in the chat, I can't be arsed. I CBA. Luke gets a drive-through pen. The racing points night is over. Favi has gone. Arab's an AI driver, so racing point are getting absolute zilch tonight. They're getting no points in Hungary, and with Mike and Jelly 3rd and 4th, could this be the night where the Red Bulls all but confirm the Constructor Championships? Obviously there's still 5 races to go, but this is you feel tonight is a massive step for the Red Bulls. That I would say that for sure. Let's have a quick look at the Constructors Fire. Safety car comes out, the second one tonight, 27 laps in. The home straight of the Grand Prix. Now let's have a quick look at the Constructors Fire prior to tonight's race. A Red Bull on 224 points, Racing Point on 173. The closest behind them, excuse me, is Renault on 100. They are never going to catch the Red Bulls. So with Racing Point staying on 173, that's confirmed. They will not get any more than that tonight. And with Mike and Jelly in P3 and P4 respectively, as Mike gets a 5-second pen, the commentator's curse strikes me again. But anyway, Mike and Jelly are P3 and 4 for now. As it stands, they can practically be crowned the Constructors Champions this evening. Obviously, nothing is confirmed. Nothing is in black and white. There's still 7 or 8 laps to go, and it could change. But as it stands, just as it stands, the Red Bulls are all but confirmed Constructors Champions for the Hedge Racing F1 League, which is great to see for Mike and Jelly. Obviously, it's not confirmed yet. Hopefully, the Racing Points can pick themselves up and go again tomorrow in the Paul Ricard. Ryan Hussey, 5 Venom, you're going again tomorrow, mate. You're going again tomorrow. Keep your head, it will come. Your form has gone a little bit, but you've been an incredible driver so far this season. Keep your head, the form will come back. But in terms of the Constructors, Racing Points are getting absolutely no points tonight. Don't forget, Arab is an AI driver. So, Red Bull are in a great position. And the rain has stopped. I was told it was a light rain race, but it's clearly not, because lap 28 and we have absolutely no rain on the track. Still a bit wet, as you can see. There's still a bit of spray coming off the tyres of Maxi Lucas, who goes for the intermediates. And this could get interesting because he's gone for a fresh set of inters. When the track, he's going to be, obviously it's not dry. You can see on that, if you look on the on board with Max, there's still a bit of spray coming off the tyre. The track is nowhere near dry. However, it will be. So interesting. Foggy's put in the chat, can't keep up with the pace of Max or J. Luke. The issue with that is, they go for great races, but it doesn't mean they're the best, because things can happen in F1. Max Lucas has by no means won this race. He's got intermediates on. I know there's only 7 laps left, but these intermediates won't last him. That could be an issue for Max. A massive issue. So Favi, that's the wrong attitude to take, mate. You've got to keep going. Mike Whitty, Ryan Jacko and Jelly, all on fresh soft / mediums, have got an incredible opportunity here. As has J. Luke, sorry, I missed J. Luke off as well. Because Max has gone for the inters, Hobbs has also gone for the inters, and that could be costly. And I hope, for Max's sake, he's made the right decision. Obviously, he knows more than me. Who am I to call people for putting tyres on? But just as sort of a commentator's perspective, if you like, we're on lap 29 now. We're into the last straight now. Every lap matters. Every second, every turn. And don't forget, DRS will be enabled. Not yet, but after 2 laps, probably around about lap 32, 33, we should see DRS. So we could be in for a pretty thrilling end to the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's been a great race. Only lost 4 drivers, Favi, Chimp, Wills and Jacob. We still got 30 left, but don't forget, Arav and Mills are AI drivers. So as it stands, AEK is getting a 10th. But they are laps behind, don't forget. They're in big trouble. Quick drinks break. Hope the 13 of you all are in great night on the stream. I appreciate it again, the support. My voice is gone, practically. But I'm going to look at the penalties, because we're going to save the penalties to the end and see what happens. Essentially, I shouldn't come in just yet, because there's quite a few of the pack that I haven't caught up. What I would say is, and I'm not an expert. I'm no David Croft, that is for sure. But what I would say is, if you look at Max Lucas on the inters, the track is practically dry. And I think Max just realised that the track is dry, and this is big because Max is heading into the pits now. He's going to do another lap on the safety car, but Max is going to have work to do, and this is massive. He has led for practically the whole Grand Prix. He had a 20+ second lead at some point. And what I said earlier on was the intermediates are not going to work. They're not going to work. Hobbs realises he's on the soft compound, and Max going to put on soft, but that P1 is gone. It's gone. He's got work to do. He's going to come out about P7 or 8, Max. There you go. He's going to get out just in front of the Mercedes of Luke, and it's the P8 for Max, and he's got work to do. We have a really interesting race here. Max, who has led from practically the start, and that's put softs on. We knew that it's not raining. Inters aren't going to work. Wets aren't going to work. The track is practically bone dry. You can see now on the soft, look, there is no spray, and for the last few laps there's no water. So softs or mediums are going to be the best. Obviously softs. If you can get a fresh pair of softs on now, you are absolutely laughing. J. Luke, Mike, and Jelly and Hobbsy are in a great position. Fresh softs here. The last 5 or 6 laps is diamond. and they have a great chance. Obviously, penalties are coming to a factor. I know a few cars have penalties. I'm not going to look into penalties. Let's surprise ourselves. Safety car has absolutely no reason not to come in this lap. The only car not to caught up is the AI of Arav, I believe. Yes, it is. Excuse me. Did J. Luke pull off a masterclass? Well, J. Luke, you are winning at the moment, mate. So potentially, yes. I did think early on the weather has played its part here, that is for sure, and you are in a good position. It is in this lap, and we have 5 laps of absolute chaos incoming. Let's get comfortable, and let's see what happens, because we're in for a real treat as J. Luke takes us round turn 13 and obviously round turn 14 to get 5 laps, the final 5 laps, the home straight of the Hungarian Grand Prix underway, followed by Mike, Jacko, Jelly, Smithy and Cohen. J. Luke, I makes no mistake, he is straight off, and it was pulled away. Mike second for now, followed closely by Jacko, but there is a James and an AK. The 2 Ash drivers are a lap behind, but they're going to cause a bit of confusion as Jelly gets into P3 above Jacko. It's a Red Bull 2 and 3 at the moment. There's a yellow flag. I do believe it is the Ash drivers overtaking. There's a collision. It's Jacko into the side of Jelly, but Jelly gets away well on the Red Bulls. The 2 and 3 is a collision in the back. It's a Mercedes. It's a Mercedes. I do believe it was Luke. Was it Luke? Yes, Luke is into the right to the back of James. Oh no. Oh no, and that is pretty much James and Luke done and dusted. They're toast. Let's get towards the front as Luke goes right into the backside of James. Back to the front, J-Luke first, Mike and Jelly. It looks like a Red Bull 2 and 3 is on, and as it stands, that is superb for the constructors. That can all but confirm it's a yellow flag again, and it's the Haas of AEK, a nightmare for the 2 Haas drivers. AEK, you are still getting P10 at the moment, mate. So get your foot down and finish the race. I'll get that point on the board. As it stands, J-Luke first, Mike 2 behind, Jelly 1.1 behind, Jacko 2.9 behind. Smithy is on for a pretty insane race. He's had a pretty poor season, Smithy, I'm sure you would agree, but could be on for a P4. Jacko's got penalties, so as it stands, as far as I'm aware, Smithy's got more penalties, so a P4 for Smithy, if not higher. Mikey's got penalties as well, Smithy. You could be on for a podium. Get your foot down. Another yellow flag. It's a McLaren. It's Hobbs. He's into the wall. And his race is all but over. A nightmare in Hungary. He's gone 2 races without a podium. And it looks like it's going to be 3 races. He's down to 9th. Oh, Hobbsy. And he's got serious damage as the right end plate. And Hobbsy's race is all but done. His brown bread is into the wall again. Oh, get a breathalyzer on Hobbsy because he is drunk and Mike's got another penalty. Oh my word. Drama upon drama in Hungary. And these penalties are playing an incredible factor. We are down to the last 3.5 laps. We are on board with Zed Jelly, who is hunting down his teammate. Let's come up for air. Let's get a breather because we are in for a real treat here. Jelly takes turn 12 beautifully. He now heads on for 12. Sorry, that's turn 11. Turn 12 is now. Mike's an AI driver just then. May have been a glitch. Jelly onto the U-bend of turn 13. He is right on the case of Mike Whittiam. Jelly will be in a great mood. He started right towards the back, Jelly, and he could be on for a P2 here. Definitely driver day, but regardless, both of the Red Bulls, Jelly looks fast lap of 1:19.3 as well. Both of the Red Bulls can all but confirm the Constructor Championships tonight, and a 2 and 3 will do that. Christian Horner will be absolutely... Mike goes really wide. May have been a tactical move to let Jelly overtake. If it was, I like that. It may not have been, but it looked like it. And Christian Horner will be rubbing his hands. He'll be over the moon. If Jelly and Mike can wrap it up here, they will all be confirmed. All but be confirmed Constructor Champions. Still 3 laps to go and still drama. J-Luke now looks like he has the race won. There's Max in 7th, right on the tail of Smithy, but Max had this race won. He was 20 seconds ahead at one point. Looked like Max had won. Obviously a safety car came out and it caused a bit of trouble. Max had a collision with Chimp as well. I'm sure we'll see more of that later and hear about that later, but he's 7th. He's right on the tail of Smithy, but Max, who looked like he had the race won, is now 7th. So people who are putting in the chat that Max is the best driver and he's so far ahead. This is what can happen in F1. He's currently behind Jay Smithy and Hobbs. His race is over. It's a nightmare for the McLarens tonight. Hobbs has been superb all season. But a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. And Jelly will know that if he can get a P2 here, which he's above Mike now and looking set for a P2, with Hobbsy down in 9th and Hobbsy being the closest challenger to Jelly by far, then what I would say is, excuse me as I get some air, I would say is that Jelly, as Chris Panda goes to the other take on Jacko and gets the eyes textbook from Chris Panda, and his podium's not gone yet. Mike has got penalties, so the podium positions are not confirmed yet. Let's make that for sure. But Hobbsy down in P9 with penalties, a nightmare from the McLaren. He needs to get some form back, because as it stands, Jelly is getting closer and closer to becoming the drivers' champion. There's still 5 races to go, but it's looking set. J-Luke is first, 4-second gap to Jelly. J-Luke edging towards another win. He's in the Mercedes tonight, but he's a Williams. His teammate Max is 6th. Maybe a bit of hard done by Max. How safety cars and whatnot I've put in a bad position. Hobbsy's in the pits, and that is a nightmare for Hobbsy. A real disappointing night for the McLaren. It's a case of finishing the race now, just getting a couple of points on the board, because you've got pressure from Chris Panda. Hobbsy. Chris Panda's only 35 points behind you. It seems a lot, but Chris Panda could be in for a podium tonight. That deficit could be practically more than halved. Head of the Paul Ricard, the French Grand Prix tomorrow evening. But anyway, we head on to the final lap of the Hungarian Grand Prix. As long as J-Luke doesn't slip up now, I don't think he's got any penalties. It should be a J-Luke win, a Williams win in the Hungarian. Jelly 4.1 behind, Mike 1.3 behind him. Looks like Red Bull can have a 2 and 3 pretty much locked in. Chris Panda 5.6 behind Mike now. If Mike has penalties, which I believe he does, Chris Panda's podium has not gone just yet. Maxi Lucas and Jacko battling out for a P5 and P6, and Jacko holds on. He's been consistent tonight, the Alfa Romeo driver, but Max will not be having a P6. He gets P5 for now, but again the switch back from Jacko is incredible. As Max goes for it again, that's class. That is great racing. Max has P5, Smithy P7, Jacko P6, but Smithy, don't forget, mate, if you're listening, other drivers have penalties. Be on for your best race this season to date. Anyway, let's get on board with J-Luke, who's going to end the Hungarian Grand Prix in what has been a race full of drama. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope I've done my job. Let's get on board with J-Luke. Oh, it's a yellow flag. It's Smithy! It's Smithy! He's come off! Oh, no, the last lap! He's got damage, but he should be able to hold out. Anyway, back on with J-Luke, who goes round the final corner, turn 14, to finish off the Hungarian Grand Prix and take the crown. It's a J-Luke win in Hungary. Jelly will get second. I do believe Mike will get third for now. Can Chris Panda get a podium depending on penalties? Let's have a look. He doesn't, and it's a Red Bull 2 and 3, which is superb for Christian Horner's boys. Panda 4th, Maxi Lucas, who was incredible all night, gets 5th. A bit of controversy surrounding that. Jacko 6th, Smithy does hold out, he went off towards the end, but he gets a P7, far out of his 8th, but of course he's not a driver, so Hobbsy should get P8, depending if he finishes the race or not. Luke will get 9th, and AEK will get 10th. An absolutely breathtaking 35 laps in Hungary. Congratulations to J-Luke, congratulations to Jelly and Mike. You boys have all but confirmed the Constructors' Championship tonight. So well done to you two. Christian Horner will be over the moon. Definitely popping the champagne in the Red Bull pit lane, that is for sure. What a race. So a quick run through for you. J-Luke wins. Jelly, Mike podiums. Chris Panda missing out by 5.3 seconds. He's 4th. Max Lucas 5th. Could have been more for Max Lucas, but of course a bit of controversy surrounding that with regard to some safety cars, with regard to an incident with Chimp. Well, I'm sure we will see that a little bit later on. Let's come up for air a little bit and get a breath as we get on to the podium, and it's a Williams win followed by a Red Bull 2 and 3. What a night for the Red Bull drivers. What a night for Christian Horner's boys. They are all but confirmed Constructors' Champions. Congratulations to Mike and Jelly for that. Not done yet, but all but confirmed now, bar some incredible drama. But what is F1 without drama? And congratulations to J-Luke on the podium again. He started right at the back tonight, and he won. I mean, let's be honest, we're getting used to seeing J-Luke on the podium every week. Wow, what a race. Get a quick drink. I hope you've all enjoyed the stream. Still 14 watching, I do appreciate it. I hope I've done my job tonight. I hope you're satisfied. Quick look through at the race. Obviously, J-Luke starting 17th to 1st and Jelly 13th to 2nd. The two massive favourites of Driver of the Day. Quick run through again. Mike is third. He started second, but a Red Bull top 2 and 3. Chris Panda fourth. Max Lucas fifth. Could have been a lot more for Max. He started first on the grid, but it wasn't meant to be. Jacko sixth. He started seventh, and he was consistent, Jacko. And he gets the 6th place. Smithy 7th, his best finish all season. He'll be over the moon, Smithy. Could have been a bit more if he held on at the end and didn't go off. Out of 8th, he's an AI driver, so Hobbsy will get 8th. Luke will get 9th, and AK will get 10th. Nothing for the likes of Mills, James, Favi, Chimp, Wills, and Jacob. What a race in Hungary. A superb evening of action once again. This season's been incredible, and we've seen so much drama. My favourites of the other day would be between Jelly and J. Luke. Wow. Again, a massive thank you to all of you in the stream. I hope that the commentary wasn't too bad. I've done my absolute best tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll have to watch it back myself and see how I did. A great race. Again, I apologise for a little bit of a delay on the stream. I do apologise a little bit. Again, out of my control. Lag can happen, especially on the stream. So if there was a bit of lag and a bit of cutting out, I do apologise. Should be all sorted for tomorrow. Congratulations to Jelly, to Mike, and to obviously the winner J. Luke on a top 3. Congratulations to all drivers again, all 18 of you. Some more than others, obviously some a bit frustrated tonight. It happens. Pick yourselves up, because in less than 24 hours time, we're back in France for the Paul Ricard, the French Grand Prix. I'm sure it'll be an eventful race. Whether Limia will be on commentary or not is to be confirmed tomorrow. Thank you all for tuning in. As always, your support means the world to me. And we will see you in less than 24 hours time for the Paul Ricard, the French Grand Prix. Good night, stay safe, and take care of yourselves, and we'll see you very, very soon back on stream.